hear rattling cages all over the place, yeah. I hear dogs howling for the hell of it. I hear the music getting louder as everyone feels the power and the beat gets quicker as life starts to flicker back to life. Now I'm gonna get the gist of this, thrown into the mix of it. I'm gonna taste all the bliss of it. Well, alright now. Well, I cannot overlook the madness. Well, now how could I ever forget the sadness? But I've got to dance with this. Oh, now quick before I lose my grip. Now I'm gonna get the gist of this, thrown into the mix of it. I'm gonna taste all the bliss of it. Alright now. Now the cages, well, they all stand open, and the wild things, well, they're running free. They play in the sunshine and dance in the moonshine. And I won't you dance? Won't you dance with me? Oh, won't you dance? Now I'm gonna get the gist of this, thrown into the mix of it. I'm gonna taste all the bliss of it. Alright, alright now. And the wild things, they're running free. She always knew, got the hands in the cookie jar. She always knew, and you were lying. Well, don't tell me you're sorry, better apologize. Those were Queen Anne's rules. Well, don't leave this house with your shirt tails hanging out. You weren't born in a barn. You could try to break free of her gravity, but you wouldn't get far. Those were Queen Anne's rules. Oh, she taught me to know the world and learn the game, and then break all the rules that you can, but never, darling, never, never, never break Queen Anne's rules. Well, she got up every morning, the wolves were howling at the door. She sent us off to school and she went off to war. Come hell or high water, on a wing and a prayer, no holds barred. Those were Queen Anne's rules. All right.
You sound good now.
There was no breaking those rules.
No, you sounded good.
All right. I don't know if you can hear my cat. She's very upset that I'm doing this silly music thing instead of paying attention to her. Such an outrage. This is called Hummingbird. I drove to Texarkana to see my father on his 85th birthday. sitting in his backyard, talking about the birds. We didn't know what else to say. Well, cardinals and blue jays, crows, robins and wrens. Then he spied a hummingbird. He said, well, that one comes around here. Well, every year. I said, that reminds me when I was a kid. When I was a kid, Ponce de Leon of the alleys, St. Francis of the Straits, charting my own maps and climbing mimosa trees where the hummingbirds play. He said the hummingbirds don't sing, ain't that a sad thing? I said the song is in their wings. He turned and looked at me and closed his eyes, all he could do to keep from crying. When I was a kid, Ponce de Leon of the alleys, St. Francis of the Straits, charting my own maps and climbing mimosa trees where the hummingbirds play. I made one last trip to Texarkana to lay that old man to rest. The birds were singing in the cemetery trees. I was looking for that hummingbird. When I was a kid, Ponce de Leon of the alleys, St. Francis of the Straits, charting my own maps and climbing mimosa trees where the hummingbirds play. When I was a kid, Ponce de Leon of the alleys, St. Francis of the Straits.
Cat, you do that ooh thing better than anyone I've ever heard. I just love it when you do that.
Thank you, Harry. I'm just gonna put some oohing in all my songs, and all right, this one it's called No Man's Land. It's about losing the giants in our lives. How I wish that you were here. Lean on your shoulder and I'd whisper in your ear. How I wish I could hear your voice, telling it like it is, cutting through all the noise. You stood tall, all for one, one for all. I thought I stood alone in this no man's land. I look inside me and there you stand. I'm in the trenches, peering through fences at the enemy. wondering if I still have the strength to fight without you by my side. I know you'd lead the charge and you'd tear them apart. I want to live with your kind of heart. Thought I stood alone in this no man's land, but I look inside me and there you stand. When the wolves came howling and crying, you met them at the gate, you fought them like a lion. When the wolves came howling and crying, you went down fighting like a lion. Thought I stood alone in this no man's land, but I look inside me and there you stand. There you stand. Thank you. No Man's Land. All right. Whoop. All right. This is a song I don't play too often. It's kind of a cry in your beer kind of song, but I always enjoy playing. It's called Bourbon and Midnight Rain. All right. I sent you packing. You walked alone to the station. Didn't want you go, but I'm looking back now. I've got nothing left but bourbon and midnight rain. Bourbon and midnight rain. It was all that I could take, not all that I wanted. And now my days are haunted by you. You've been replaced with bourbon and midnight rain. Bourbon and midnight rain. I wake again in the middle of the night. I hear another storm rumbling. I wish you could hear me through the rain, hear me through the thunder. Oh, I'm calling your name. Save me from bourbon and midnight rain. Bourbon and midnight rain. It was all that I could take, not all that I Thank you. Bourbon Midnight Rain. Okay. Some songs are very simple, you know. I just happened to be up late drinking bourbon. I thought, and it was raining. So, you know, a song had to be written.
Great idea. That's great. Yeah.
All right. This song I wrote about some of my work troubles. And during the recent political conventions, this phrase came up, and I thought, yep, it applies to politicians too. This is called Company Man. When they need a dirty job done, they know he can. He's got no scruples or give a damn. He's a company man. He's a company man. Well, you better watch your back, baby. He's a company man. When things go south, he bends over, does the devil's work. He follows orders. He's a company man. He's a company man. Well, you better watch your back, baby. He's a company man. He's a snake in the grass, a shark in the water. You're just another lamb for slaughter. He's a company man. He's a company man. Oh, you better watch your back, baby. He's a company man. When you see him coming, walk the other way. He's pure poison, he's here to stay. He's a company man. He's a company man. Well, you better watch your back, baby. He's a company man. Quote the manual, chapter and verse, but he's the fox in the hen house, and you can't say a word. He's a company man. He's a company man. Well, you better watch your back, baby. He's a company man. Going down at the bar, they'll talk behind his back, but he's Teflon Bull. You'll never get sacked. He's a company man. He's a company man. Well, you better watch your back, baby. He's a company man. Company man, it's a company man. Yes. We all know that guy, right?
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of songs about work, being none too happy at work, I wrote this one, and sometimes you just know you don't belong someplace. And so this is called Fish Out of Water. I don't want to be here like a fish out of water, gasping for air, leaping toward the water's edge, never quite getting there. I can still feel it beneath the waves, the sea holding me. There was no question, there was no torment. I knew how to breathe. Oh. Through this desert of longing to be back in the sea. It was a mirage, not an oasis. I spent too long there, so far from home, so far from home, so far from home. But I can't stay, I can still taste the salt water on my tongue. Don't wanna be here like a fish out of water, gasping for air, leaping toward the water's edge, never quite never quite getting there. Oh, I can still feel it beneath the waves, the sea holding me, there was no question. I knew how to breathe. And I can't stay, I can still taste the salt water on my tongue. Fish out of water. Thank you. All right. This is my song based on the Book of Jonah. It's called Sleeper Awake. Sleeper awake, sleeper awake. I'm gonna go down with this ship. I'm gonna go down with this ship. This is not your ship to sink. This is not your ship to sink. Sleeper awake, sleeper awake. Throw me out into the waves, throw me out into the wild waves. I know for whom the thunder rolls, I know for whom the thunder rolls. Sleeper awake, sleeper awake, hey. I'm on the run, I'm on the lam. I'm on the run, I'm on the lam. From the big daddy I am. From the big daddy I. Sleeper awake, sleeper awake. What have you done? What have you done?
Cat, why don't you do two more?
Two more? All
Yeah.
right, man.
Yeah.
You're a generous man, Mr. Hewlett. I wasn't going to tell anybody I was going to Austin and see if they would even notice I was gone, because, you know, this is the only way we see each other anymore. This is Place of Their Own. Pardon the retuning. Jonah always messes up my tuning. All right. She was from Paris, Texas. He was from Cairo, Illinois. They both loved those wide open spaces since they were a little girl and a little boy. She grew up in the rolling grass, cows and chickens for friends. He grew up in the cornfields at the crossroads, the Mississippi and the Ohio. Ooh, 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 ooh. They met in a gift shop right off the interstate. Both bought a trinket for someone back home. They gave the gifts to each other at the Dairy Queen, eating ice cream cones. Talked about dogs and heaven, about longhorns and cornmeals, about the old ways that are gone. Now it's just punch the clock, pay the bills. Ooh, 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 ooh. Found a patch of ground in Arkansas, a few acres and a mobile home, with dogs and cows and corn and chickens and cats and goats. Just a place to call their own. Ooh, 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 All right, well, I'm going to wrap it up with Summertime. It's not quite as bad as it was, but it is definitely still summertime. Running through the streets in the summertime, burning my feet, but I didn't mind, so long as I could keep up with you, keep up with you. Setting off firecrackers in the neighbor's yard, knocking on doors, turning, running hard, down through the alleys of our neighborhood, of our neighborhood. Well, if you must leave, if you must go, oh, you better tell me so. Better watch out for the old man at the end of the street. They say he's buried bodies there, he's still packing heat. And I hear there's a ghost in the house 3 doors down. I dare you to go over there and take a look around. Well, if you must leave, if you must go, oh, you better tell me so. Running through the streets in the summertime, pushing our luck, crossing the line. But we always made it home by dinner time. We almost always made it home by dinner time. Well, if you must leave, if it's time to go home, oh, 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 oh. soul.